What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales. Since we last played, it looks like a few more points of interest have kind of popped up. We'll grab these on the way to the main quest objective. I promise you I will get into some main quest stuff, even if the video has to go a little long. But for now, let's see, where is this?
Stood surrounded by advisors, discussing, when all at once they heard a mighty thud.
Bloody hell!
They looked to see a cavalryman who'd clearly fallen from his saddle. The men who'd witnessed the blunder began to jest, only to choke on their laughter, as the wretch, having risen to his hands and knees, began to shake and vomit blood.
There's all this room. Why do I have to click?
Diagnosis: poison.
Oh, we lost 5 men. Oh, shit.
The cavalryman breathed his last that very night. Soon, several other riders developed the same symptoms, and at the last shared their comrades' fate. All were buried at the roadside, beneath an old willow.
This looks to be no coincidence,
Reynard said, gravely.
Our stores of water. Someone's poisoned them. We must find the fiend. In the interim, your Majesty must quench her thirst with wine.
Okay. Well, is there an objective there, or that I see? Alright, well that was interesting.
One of them golden stones belongs on the side of my own ship.
Alright, I think we're getting close to... Yeah, it's right there. That's something I love about... I love that the map in this game, it looks big, but it's really easy to traverse. This car's been added to your army tent. What's it... Martyrdom, vengeance. What's it do? That's my question. Command tent. Where is it? Destroy the highest ally and play 2 allies from your graveyard. Ooh. That's not bad. Although I like the one that I have that transforms us into a bear. So, I'm going to keep what we have, but I like that ability though. So what's going on here? Your Majesty, Lippy Gunman's warrior have started a brawl at the tavern. They've broken pitchers, drained all the barrels of ale, even eaten the innkeeper's cat. Their dancing and revelry, there we go, is in celebration of their recent victory over a Nilfgaardian division, and they show no signs of slowing down. What are your orders? Seems they're itching for a fight, and a few soldiers bring them to order. Pay for the damage, small price to maintain. Yeah, let's pay for this one. Mostly because we lost those soldiers up because of that poisoning. So yeah, we'll pay. And also boost our... God, again, I'm getting... Okay, I thought it was telling me that there was something going on here. Guess not. Oop, wrong button. There we go. Yeah, it's telling me that there's... Ah, I'll check it later.
What's a folk moving about of late?
I keep opening the map. I'm just trying to... Okay, a little more down the road. Ooh, there is something to... There we go.
One evening, soldiers brought before Meve the elf she had saved from a lynching. It seemed he had been the fiend who had poisoned the water barrels from which several soldiers had drunk, then suffered and died.
Yes, I did it. And I regret it not one bit.
Seethed the elf.
Nilfgaardian, Temerian, some brute from Lyria, you Dwan are all alike. I detest you. All of you, your filth for what you wrought with my brethren. I'm proud. I am that even a few of your kind perished at my hand. Hail and Shay.
Meve pursed her lips into a thin white line. Reynard knew the expression. It did not bode well.
I should drag you to the capital. Hang you high in the market square.
Meve said through gritted teeth.
Yet this you would want. Am I right? For your folk to speak of you? For your folk to remember? Well, you shan't have it. You'll hang here, in the middle of nowhere, with but crows to witness it and then pick at your eyes.
It was a summary execution. No sentence was read, no last wish observed. The elf's corpse then hung long at the roadside, as none came forth to claim and bury it.
Oh, that's a happy event. Oh, hey, great. We get to see it. Reports, Scoia'tael propaganda. Elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings. The end of the old order is nigh. The oppression regime of the north. The plunderers of our lands, rapists of our folk, shall fall to the Nilfgaardian onslaught, and we can assist this downfall. We must assist it. Each and every one of us. Those able to wield a weapon, join us in the woods. Seek out a Scoia'tael commando. Those too young, too old, too crippled. Fight however you can with poison, dagger, lies. Cowards who stand idle shall be tried after the war as traitors to the elder races. Again, I want to see what exactly... What, do we have a new thing at the workshop? Oh, yes, we do, I guess. Gaining a recruit after... I just don't want to spend 1,500 gold. So that's what it is. It was telling me that I have an upgrade I can buy. It's just like I said, I don't want to spend that much gold.
You're home, Your Majesty.
Home at last, Your Grace.
We shall not enjoy it long, I fear. Soon we must face the black-clads in the field.
Yet a moment's peace we will have. After that drubbing you gave them at Dravigrad, they'll wish to rethink their strategy.
Yeah, I really don't care about the golden chests. Yeah, alright, well, let's keep going then.
Meve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule. Meve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
Fine.
Right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation. not knowing all the options I had at my disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless.
I mean, in this situation, I mean, they both have a point, but I side more with Meave on this one. I mean, you know, you have an invading army in your country. That's kind of one of those, okay, we're throwing down.
I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meave, by the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Your Grace, Mother, the peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Now, let me guess, it's something that's not war.
Yes, out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
Cowards.
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open.
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravograd. I faced them and crushed them.
But your grace, the losses. For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never! Understood, Caldwell? Not ever!
I'm with Meave on this one.
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Meave's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes! The gallows is what awaits you!
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
I never liked that Caldwell piece
Don't
of
get ahead
shit
of yourself,
anyways.
Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
This is not the way I saw this going.
Queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe. A courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Meave stood powerless. Her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
Oh boy. So basically all of our army is completely shattered. Oh, so it's actually gonna, if I might, you know, kind of guess here, we're now going to basically build our army.
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course. But still, I'm not nearly the poor strategist you thought me.
Willem, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. just he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman, wished terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
You go plow yourself. Yeah.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate, beg you for mercy. Plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace, and use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction.
I have a feeling that Reynard's gonna save us.
Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
I have a feeling it's gonna be.
The Duke of Dogs.
Oh, that's interesting.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
A no and a no. Actually, you're free. How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne.
Shapely backside.
Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
I'd sooner die. Yeah, it's one of those moments you swallow your pride.
And much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. A true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
And grateful.
I don't
Now
full.
please let me pass.
I don't hate this guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him.
I was wondering what was happening to Reynard. Okay, because I figured Reynard would save us. I didn't think that he'd also be in jail.
Cold, my lady. Unarmed, alone.
Have I any other option?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, your grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Okay, cool. Okay, so story battle, special rules, shortened battle, and a custom deck. As I was saying earlier, though, I'm pretty sure that the reason they have it, they cut most of our forces out, is to allow us to actually really build a deck, as opposed to just kind of having the one that, or instead of building off the one they give you at the very start. And thus Lyrian stood against Lyrian, and first Meve fought only to stun, to wound, not to kill, yet she quickly realized the soldiers opposite her held no such reservations. These men who had saluted her but a few days before, and whose faces she knew well, would pull no punches, soften no blows. Meve had no choice but to follow suit. Find an escape route. Once an escape route is found, gain more points than the opponent within 3 turns. Let's go. Curious to see how this one's gonna work out, but battle in the last one round.
Bloody hell, where'd he get to?
And that's all I got.
Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Alright, so I guess, okay, so boost an ally by 4. Okay, so all we have is the long sword ability. Bring out a Scytheman.
We'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Far right. Crap. Ally is played from the hand or moved to the other row. Move it next to it, boosted by 1. Okay. Well, that's about all we got.
Don't like this.
Alright, let's play another Scytheman.
It's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Oh, I'm not liking this.
Cursed traitors. There's a time to reap, a time to sow.
Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Kinda did.
Honestly, I did.
Okay, move 3 cards to the other row on their side. If any were units, damage them by 2. Mark a unit every turn at the start. Damage it by 1. When the marked unit is destroyed, mark another random enemy. Set a row on fire. Damage a unit by 5. If the row... if it's on fire, damage all units on it by 5. Oh! Okay, so actually the Stray Bomber and the Strays of Spala actually work well together. Okay, so now we also have Gascon. Who to start with? Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't play. Okay, never mind. I already played a card. Let's see what they got. And another cavalry unit. Fantastic. Or Grey Rider, excuse me.
Sod it. Sod it all.
Damage random enemy by 2. Boost random enemy. Oh, that's cool. I like how his ability is randomized. Okay, let's go with the bomber.
Watch your heads!
Set the row on fire. And Reynard. And we run into another. Again and again and again.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
None. But the Stray of Spala. There we go. That's what I wanted. Come on, escape route. Or just another enemy. It's probably going to play use the regiment drummer. Yeah, great.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Jesus. Play another bomber. Hit the back row. Found it.
One bolt.
I live to serve you.
Okay. Let's go with a stray slinger.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Hit. Move them and damage them. We gotta make up 20 points in one round. Oh, this will be fun.
As you wish, my lady.
Aye.
Yeah, that wasn't even gonna come close to giving me enough. Yeah, great. Alright, sorry about the cut there. I powered through a sandwich, and a delicious sandwich at that.
Where'd you get to?
Your Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Aye.
Alright, knowing what I know now, I'm gonna try and play this a little smart. In that I'm not going to start picking places yet. You know, I'm not going to start picking locations just yet because I don't want to run the tally against me, because they've got some pretty strong cards in that deck. So I'm just going to keep up with my Scythemen.
Reaping black clad.
Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Honestly, I did.
Alright. I was kind of waiting for Gascon to kind of come back us up.
Again and again and again.
Who to pick? Let's pick the cavalry.
The chase is on!
Mark a unit. What is it? They take damage of 1, so we'll mark that Pathfinder. And we found our exit.
Without hesitation.
Give me a time.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
My spirit's willing.
Really, we have none, but
Boots are killing me.
what can you do?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Right. Play that to give us 8 points, and we'll do 5 damage. Just knock him down a little bit. Then we'll use Meave's ability to boost him by 4, and then, because they're all loyal, get an even bigger boost. We should win now. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I think my problem was not knowing that we were going to get backup. Not picking was a better plan.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged, and drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
I don't think that second one happens.
How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?
No. I shall find them in Edirn. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend, and I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
Well, you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised, Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers. Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Maeve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend. And I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
I like Gascon. He's a fun guy. And this card, blah, 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 blah. Straight cavalry, alchemist.
Very high-minded of you, milady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
I actually really like this. I like Gascon. He's fun.
Lyria was hers no more. Maeve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen
is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
Yeah, he makes a point.
At long last, Maeve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
Gods be damned.
Easy, your grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their bolts, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What's she? Your Majesty? I've orders to arrest your grace.
Place me in irons, then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florens.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, your grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have it back.
All right, then. Never give up, never surrender. All right, so I figured that's how this would work, that we'd be dealing with a bunch of, like, smaller maps.
Into Edir.
Okay, we're going to Edir. Yeah, she said that, never mind.
At her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Maeve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight, Scoia'tael no less. Emerging from a wood, Maeve's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the Queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Well said. Lyrians, attack!
Yeah, let's piss off the Scoia'tael. That always ends well. It was Meave's first clash with the Scoia'tael, warriors who bled for the non-human cause. The name translates to squirrels in the common tongue, a reference to the ruddy tails fastened to their caps and helms. The ornament had become a hallmark for the partisans, much like the icy cruelty to which they subjected their human prisoners. Eliminate the Scoia'tael executioners. Do not let Black Rayla. I have no idea how that's pronounced. Extra card, shortened battle. Alright. I'm guessing they're giving us extra cards to, you know, balance out our deck. Because otherwise our deck might be a little on the thin side. Alright. I now need to see what some of these guys do. So after 2 turns on turn start, boost self by the power of the unit on its right, then move to the opponent's side. That's a... After 2 turns on the start, boost self by the power of the unit, then move to the opposite side. I'm not sure how that works. Like, what, do we play it? I'm curious on how that works. Huh. Okay, set power equal to the one on its left. It's restraint again. Can't target bosses. Okay. So we got Illyrian Scytheman, Stray Cavalry. Oh, cool. My these cards are back. Okay, so we still have a Forager. I feel like 3 Cavalry might be a bit much. Oh, cool. We still have Ache too. Part of me's kind of looking for Reynard. There he is. Yeah, you like this hand. Yeah.
Hang the butcher! Valoa!
She can't breathe, Your Grace. We must rush to her aid.
Well, then we'll just start with a cavalry unit.
We'll catch them all!
There we go. We'll keep trying to damage that. Basically, they're just, yeah, boosting Sir Ache.
Free the warrior!
Wait a minute. Set unit's power equal to the one on its left. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. We play it on the opposite side of the field.
Cork it.
Alright, so it gives him a little bit of a boost, but it's going to come to our side after a while.
I shall not fail!
The elves! Scatter them! They block our path!
Yeah, problem is we don't have anybody who can do damage to the other side of the field.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
We're too late.
Ah, damage to the right. God damn it. I can't believe I misread how that card works. Battle will only last 1 round. Okay. No, I don't see boost self by the power of the unit on the right that moves. Yeah, but it doesn't kill the unit to its right, so yeah. Boost self by jeez. Nah, we're not gonna. The Forager really wouldn't help us in this battle. Neither would the Alchemist.
Hang Bring the
I need people who are going to do damage. It's the problem.
She can't breathe, Your Grace. We must rush to her aid.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Oh, nah. I'm not going to use that order. There's no real point in it. Damn it.
Free the warrior!
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, they're just going to keep shooting me with arrows.
I shall not fail!
The elves! Scatter them! They block our path!
Yeah, and again, we lose because I don't have anybody who can do damage. So yeah, again, losing is pretty much our only option in that one. And again, I'm getting hands of nothing useful. If in hand, deck, or on the battlefield, strength itself by 1 whenever an enemy or allied card is moved. Okay. I really don't need to turn anyone into a bear. Setting a row on fire would be helpful, I guess. Ditch the infiltrator. That's pikeman. Sorry, Reynard, I really don't need you in this fight.
She can't breathe, Your
Alright.
Grace. We must rush to her aid.
Again, we'll go with the slingers.
From half a league away.
I mean, frankly, if we just play slingers, this should work. Because I think we have 3 of them in our hand. Yeah.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
So the next one should get us the kill.
Admiral and ship.
Free the warrior!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Alright, now it's a battle for power.
We will see who's weak.
The elves! Scatter them! They block our path!
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch. I shall not fail!
You mad? Don't shake that!
Alright, that burns. I don't know why it's telling me to pass. What is it? Oh, they had to pass because they're out of cards. Totally missed that.
We'll catch them all!
Turn then.
The chase is on!
I didn't realize that they'd, I got so enthralled with what was going on, I totally missed that they actually ran out of cards. Let's drop a forager there. And the turn. Looks like we won. That'll work.
The Scoia'tael warriors shocked the Queen with their speed, their cunning, and their cruelty. Yet in the end, the Lyrians prevailed. When the last elf hit the ground, the Queen had her men untie those they'd sought to hang.
I mean, the tough part about fighting them was just the amount of damage that they just kept doing to my units on the field.
1,000 thanks, Your Grace. Heard many tales of your valor. Pleased to see they weren't just flattery and propaganda.
Black Rayla. Haga, we saw you there. You command King Demoven's special forces.
That's right. Though not many remain to command.
So I see. How did it come to this?
My liege sent me to wipe out a Scoia'tael band, led by a rat called Eldane. Followed the vermin's tracks for several days. Straight into his trap, turned out.
Hunting elves in the woods. Truly inspired, I must say.
Had no choice. Doing nothing would have brought us surer, swifter doom. The Black Clad have invaded Edirn. Thanks to elven aid. They snap our supply lines, lurk like dogs, prey on vulnerable units and scouts.
You mean to say Nilfgaard's broken your defenses?
Aye. Though their march will soon halt, believe me. To advance, they'll have to take Rosberg, a stronghold that's yet to fall once. They'll break against its walls like waves upon the rocks.
Ensure your certainty. Yeah, let's be a realist.
The black swarm I have beheld. Endless lines of infantrymen. Countless riders. War machines capable of crushing the hardest stone to gravel.
Your meaning, my lady?
That we must prepare for the worst.
I'll convey your grace's words to the king at the first occasion.
I'd rather hope to convey them myself. I have come to Edirn seeking aid. I wish to ask Demavend for support.
The king is in Rosberg, overseeing siege preparations. I'm heading that way too to report on our skirmish with the Scoia'tael. I might serve as your guide. These lands I know better than any.
This card has been added to your army and can be found in the command tent. Great.
Excellent. Guide on.
And we'll mess around with that stuff in the next video, but I think we're going to close out here. Guys, I want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links to all that stuff can be found down in the description below. Please remember to always like, comment, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. And I think that's all I got. And until next time, my name's AJ Gels. This is Something Game Channel. I'm out.